Boo Boo Stewart, Bing Bing Fan, co-star along every junket and Omar Sy in Chris Claremont and John Byrne's most famous dead horse beaten masterpiece.
It was X-Men, Days of Future Past.
Take me away, I don't mind, but you better promise me I'll be back in time. Gotta get back in time. Don't let your future...
Wolverine! Something's got to be done about your kids! You must go back to the future! And that's what we have here in X-Men Days of Future Past. Welcome to Resisting Boredom, where we drink, ramble, discuss things to help in the never-ending quest of not being bored. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
I'm Just Jessen.
Casey Monahan.
I hate you. Kid Cole Nicole.
Alright, so it was X-Men Days of Future Past. It was directed by Bryan Singer, back from the first two X-Men movies. And then things kind of fell apart, but, you know, we'll get on that maybe later. It stars the first class, the old cast, the Dink, Peter Dinklage, and some new people. That some of them were mentioned in the lovely intro. So, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah.
New people in there?
Yeah, Boo Boo and Omar and
Bing Bing.
Bing Bing.
Boo Boo, Omar, and Bing Bing are my favorite characters.
Is Omar's son?
Omar Sy was Bishop. You were correct.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I've heard
I
that
didn't
name
realize
before.
I was Bishop till I saw him in the movie because I had seen him in the previews, but I wasn't sure who it was. And then
The damn thing and the gun didn't
I never
work.
caught
Or the
I never caught the
dreads, or-
emphasis.
Black. Not a lot of black
Yeah.
mutants. In fact, I think he's the only one.
Oh,
Another Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Storm is a gun. She's
I was about to say four.
Oh, that's
Married
magic,
a
though.
Wakandan.
when you go, hold on. When you go to black mutants, Storm doesn't count because she's a woman. First, she's a woman.
Whoa,
she's
what?
a woman mutant first, and then a mutant of color second.
Oh, okay.
That isn't she magic instead?
No, she's a mutant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably confused one of the old cartoon episodes where she was dealing with some spirit on top of
alright,
Kilimanjaro.
Alright, anyways.
We'll talk about that off camera.
I thought about Black Mutants, so I got a Spike from X-Men Evolution. That's what
Okay, Kit, tell us what you thought about X-Men Days of Future Past so we can get this going.
well, I enjoyed it thoroughly, from beginning to end. Pretty much like I had a lot of questions going into the movie, you know, about some of the things that they had changed since X-Men First Class. And they were all answered, you know. The only thing that really wasn't answered in the movie, just I don't expect an answer from, that was the whole how they got back in the past thing. But
You mean the Kitty Pryde?
Kitty Pryde, yeah,
projection
being able to project people into the past. I don't know where the hell she got that power from. I already looked it up to figure it out. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. I just chose this, just kind of turned my brain off to that one thing, and it allowed me to enjoy the whole movie. And I thought it was great. Great action scenes. Liked the story. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie thoroughly.
Okay. Casey, what did you think of X-Men Days of Future Past?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. The pacing was really good. There didn't seem like there was a wasted scene pretty much anywhere. Like it flowed really well. Even if you didn't necessarily see what was going on at the beginning of the scene, by the end of it, you're like, oh no, that makes sense. I can see why they did that. Action scenes were great. No fucking shaky cam, which I always like.
Was there none?
There was.
I didn't remember any, but I'm not sure if there was
I don't
none.
think there was none.
Okay, if there was, it was very minimal and not enough to like break the experience.
Okay.
The cut in with whenever they were out in public with the like 70s style camera work where it had, you know, the border and it was like a news photo. I thought that actually added another layer because you could see where people at the time how they would have seen it, which kind of added the thing because it's past and future and working together. And it was awesome.
Okay. Josh, your thoughts?
I have some thoughts about X-Men Days of the Future Past, and I did actually enjoy it.
Okay.
I like it.
Actually enjoy.
I did actually enjoy it. Well, I was a little bit worried.
Me too.
I mean, we've been burned on a lot of X-Men movies
A
before.
lot of X-Men movies.
And Bryan Singer coming back. I mean, I know all you guys really like X-Men 2 and like a lot more than I did. I mean, I don't think it's a bad movie, but it still wasn't as X-Men.
It's probably the best
It wasn't.
one.
It did up until now. It was the best one, and it was the
With
best.
First Class being in close.
First
to
Class
it.
I like too, but
Oh, yeah.
it was the most X-Men movie of what they were doing in this X-Men universe.
True to
this
the
one,
comics.
yeah. And this one, and that's what I always wanted. I wanted a little bit more true to the comics, and that's a thing I've
Or
always
the
wanted.
feel of the comics, at least.
Yeah, it's
Or the
The feel. It's something that we Marvel kind of was starting to give us, but like they'd still compromise a little bit in the way of making it a little bit more available to everyone. Which I feel, whatever. If you're gonna go see a comic book movie, you're just going to see a fucking comic book movie, and you know what you're getting into. But at the end of all this, I really think it really did take every terrible decision that's been made from the previous movies and just kind of go, here it is. And it's great to have basically a reboot that's not quite a reboot.
Yeah.
You mean they threw it away?
Well, they didn't.
Well, no,
Because you were like,
they-
here it is. It's not like they were showing it to you, like going,
Right.
Well, they
oh
took
yeah,
it
remember
into
everything
account.
you hate? Here it is. That's not what
No,
they
well,
said.
they didn't go down the list. God forbid, that'd be a way longer.
They were fixing. They were
Shit.
fixing.
But they didn't even have to fix it because the way they set it up was, well, they did fix it, but they didn't
We're
have
gonna change the future.
They didn't have to go in there and with the nuts and the bolts and like, all right, we're going to change this or explain
Yeah.
it to you heavily.
Yeah,
They just
took it into account and then moved.
yeah,
forward.
and they moved forward, and damn, that was refreshing as opposed to a lot of like all right, Spider-Man. All right, Uncle Ben dies, he gets bit by a spider. Print it, ship it, like that sort of thing that we've done again, or Batman. We're gonna-
Superman. I wonder what his origin story is.
Exactly. Crashes.
What is it?
I don't know.
He crashes into a fucking planet.
I
blah,
think
blah,
we need
blah.
a movie about it.
But it was nice to have like this kind of just original movie, and it was grandiose in scheme. I thought just the fact that they had the both cast. There was a lot of elements going into this movie that I thought could have made for a jumbled fucking mess, and it was pulled off exceptionally, I think, in what was handled. The way you said, like, the 70s, like, the news footage stuff, the way they handled that. The editing was great, the way they brought in some of the characters. I know, like, Quicksilver looked fucking ridiculous.
Oh, God.
Still
Oh,
looks ridiculous.
shit.
But he was way more interesting. Like, they did a lot, and they didn't, like, have him around...
It was bad costume design, good character.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and they didn't keep him around for like
Too
more,
long.
just the fact that you didn't care about him anymore. Like they accurately used every character in this movie. I'm sure Halle Berry wanted more screen time, but fuck her, we don't need it.
Now
You know-
she's on TV now. That's how
Yeah.
far her star has
It
fallen.
just-
So she knows.
It just seems like they used every character in this movie exactly as far as they needed to use them, and then they moved on to a next scene.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was kind of a long movie, but at the same point, it just kept going to the point where it was all coherent. It didn't seem like anything dragged. It was a good whole of a piece, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Okay. So I guess that leaves it to me.
I will leave it to you.
All right. I thought, kind of like you just said, this was an extremely ambitious movie. To take two movies, kind of an original and a reboot, and put them together, very ambitious. I don't think we've ever really seen anything like this before. So
I've never seen that.
cool.
Everybody
Cool.
ignores what they did before and they just start over.
Yeah.
There were a ton of characters in this movie, and while they each had their little moment, I kind of felt like maybe it was a little too much. I don't know. This movie felt very rushed and jumbled to me in spots, but I understood everything that was going on. Everything got their little moments. It's just, I don't know. I would have liked a little more from it.
Like how?
What?
What more would you
I thought some of the character interactions I wanted to see a little more of them interacting outside of action scene or set piece or whatever.
I get you.
I assume you mean
Yeah.
like the future people and stuff like that.
Because
Like, we
when
get plenty of Wolverine and all that stuff, but the rest of the cast is kind of just
Yeah.
background fluff.
yeah,
What
the
I would
new
like a little
characters
bit more,
are,
like
just
Professor
thrown in
X and
there.
Magneto,
Oh, the
like
present
reminiscing.
time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good stuff. I would have liked a little
Yeah.
more of that.
What I
too.
would have liked a little bit more of was Storm having that fucking mohawk.
I wish you would have had an actual mohawk.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
not
that's
just-
the a mohawk.
Not a faux hawk,
Awesome.
a mohawk.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Halle Berry wouldn't do that.
I think, some of the costume designs shaky. I think even not aside from Quicksilver, which has been beaten to death. I think there's still some. There's still some
I think his character
issues.
makes up for it.
There are some issues with the look of the movie sometimes I had, but nothing major. I mean, it still was fine. It's a lot like X-Men 1 and 2, their kind of styles, which I think we've grown out of.
Well,
but
Bryan
this,
Singer.
yeah, this kind of brought some of them back. That was a downfall of this movie to me. I don't know if this plot made 100% sense. Like if everything added up together perfectly, I'm not sure.
It's a time travel plot, so in the beginning I was already, that's wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
At one point during once I was
And
like,
I just-
fuck time travel.
Yeah,
God.
when time travel got, I was kind of annoyed at the beginning when they were explaining stuff, and then I was just like, you know what? I'll just let it go. Fuck it.
Yeah, but everything moves so quickly that you never really have enough time to sit there and think about the things that are happening enough to even get that point of, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Try to think
So-
about it and you'll miss something.
Yeah, so kind of a double-edged sword in that sense. I think this movie is a ton of fun, though. I think the cast is great. I now have a new entry into the internet contest that is True Detective Season 2 casting. I would like to see a Fassbender-Hugh Jackman pairing. That'd be pretty awesome, because the scenes that they have together, very entertaining. Very entertaining. Would be awesome. I think there are a lot of cool set pieces, a lot of cool things that, are new or takes on things we've seen before that do something interesting. That's good stuff. I like that it throws out the things we didn't like from X3 and Wolverine Origins for the most part, while acknowledging that they existed. They didn't just, say fuck them. But, yeah, I really liked it. It's a really fun and entertaining summer blockbuster. I think the fact that it's basically a Back to the Future type story kind of not fair, because I love Back to the Future, so it kind of has an advantage there. But overall, I really liked this movie, had a ton of fun, and plan on watching it again, of course. So that was my thoughts.
Is it just me, or did Magneto seem really fucking epic in this movie? Like him using his powers and he came off to me as being really fucking epic. I haven't seen him.
That's the
and
Fassbender
fearful,
effect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Fassbender effect.
But
It's not like the J-Law, whatever the fuck.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Whatever.
She's fine as Mystique. I don't have a
She
problem
was
with
kicking
Mystique.
No, but doesn't
serious
she-
ass.
No, there's the
apparently she
Fassbender
has no
effect.
surface friction.
The
But
cage factor, the J-Law of gravity.
well, no, I mean just how they used his
Doesn't
powers.
she
I
have
mean,
thing?
with
What?
as he's on that train, and then with
Cram factor.
picking up the whole stadium. That's just fucking awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What cast do you prefer? The new class or the old cast?
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really? I really like McAvoy and Fassbender, though.
they're decent, but they're no.
I like McAvoy.
But I really like McKellen and Stewart.
They're not Stuart McCullough. I mean,
It's tough. They're both really good. And I'm surprised at times how much
Do you
they
think they're gonna be
do
the
kind of look like each other.
Do you think
like,
they're going to be the future gay British people, best friends, just kind of hanging out?
yes, but Patrick
Being
Stewart's not
awesome.
gay.
Well, I know, but he's like.
But he hangs out with Ian McKellen all the time, yeah.
Do you think in like 80 years, that's way far.
A McAvoy Fassbender
Do you think in
romance?
50 years, is there going to be like pictures of
A
like
McAvoy Fassbender
like?
romance
Yeah.
going on? Yeah.
Do you think the bromance is in the future? Yeah.
Is one cast stronger than the other? Are they both about the same? Are they?
well, the other cast is kind of old now. They're not going to be as strong.
well, true.
What do we
but-
got from the old cast? We have Halle Berry.
I was making a physical.
I just
Ian
have
McKellen
some
and
points,
Patrick
but
Stewart.
they're
Ellen
not
Page,
anything
Sean
I wanna
Ashmore.
hear.
Ellen Page.
I think Patrick Stewart.
So a
can
bunch of
take
people who
Ellen
aren't
Page.
really on the screen, and then you got Hugh Jackman, and then like the first class.
Hugh Jackman, which transcends both casts because he's in both.
I think he'd side with Patrick Stewart.
I would, but to be
No.
fair, they're not on the screen that much.
I
sort of
would,
created
but
a thought in my
I
head,
prefer
and
Jennifer
then got
Lawrence
the-
to Rebecca Romaine, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's- yeah.
So,
Well, Rebecca Romaine never got really any lines or anything. She was just to be in the blue makeup. and
not that she was
sing.
terrible. She
No,
just
but she didn't
wasn't-
really.
No, she looked really good in that blue paint.
Exactly. Jennifer Lawrence looks really good in the blue paint, and she can
And
play.
can act.
I thought that Jennifer Lawrence pulled off the blue paint fabulously over Rebecca Romaine.
Kids Fashion Corner.
He says he's straight.
I have this device that identifies the gay gene.
That's another. Actually, that's something I want to talk about now. Yeah.
All right, so what about the gay gene kit?
No, so I got a problem
He's
with
got it.
He like Peter Dinklage. I don't know. I don't remember his character's name. I know his character's name.
Trask.
Trask.
Boulevard
Peter
Trask.
Dinklage. Peter Dinklage said he had like, oh, the unique thing to my Sentinels is that they could sense the X gene. And it's like, but you have the thing in your pocket which you use to sense the X gene. Could you just give a bunch of people that thing instead of like having them pay for like these robots technically that like
Or you have like a
that's
motion
specifically-
sensor over
Yeah.
doors that just, set
Don't
up.
get me wrong, I see how the robots would be useful for like those really strong mutants, But
I thought he just had it in his pocket, and he's not saying I don't think his plan was.
It was like a detector, like.
Well, he wasn't selling them the detector. He was
Yeah,
selling them the
yeah.
robots.
Exactly.
However, as a businessman, you can charge a shitload more for
But he
them
kept on
robots.
saying that's what's unique about
But-
them. That's the thing.
He said he doesn't hate them in the movie.
No, he
so
doesn't,
basically, he wouldn't want everyone to just have a detector that would go off
just
whenever
calls
there's
them-
a
also,
mutant
spoiler
anywhere
alert.
near you,
He just
because that would go
refers-
off all the time.
He just refers to them as it, and
I don't even want to begin of how he has a detector in the 70s that could detect DNA.
Yeah.
Okay? I just want to
There's a lot
say.
of
He
technological
was ahead of
leaps.
his time.
I just want to say.
didn't you see his
well,
bitch and
He had that space polymer
I just want to say that someone.
in the 70s.
All right, that was the line to go to.
There was no metal at all.
I just want to say there's somebody at least at one of those tables who's like fuck the robots. Where are we going with these detectors? Just give us these
Just
detectors.
give us a
How much
gun
are
that
those?
goes.
Yeah.
Nope.
We'll take
Nope.
those.
Yep.
Yeah, like we'll take those.
But
Those are good.
that like I said though about this movie kind of being too packed with stuff and not like having time to breathe or having good stuff is that Peter Dinklage doesn't have enough to do here. I wanted some.
He was awesome though.
I wanted some
Oh,
really
God,
good
yes.
though, like Dinklage scenes of like
Oh,
him
yeah.
being great, and
Dinklage
instead it was
was
just he's there to move the plot forward. He's there to be the guy who built the Sentinels. He doesn't have much character to him. He's
Look,
just,
it was heartbreaking enough for me to see him get that bullet in the head at that one scene. Because damn it, I can't see him die.
okay.
Alright.
I don't know what just happened.
I got really emotional.
Yeah, there could have been more. I mean, he's great.
we
And
can always have more Dink.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't have too much
I
time.
mean, on his like the
Yeah.
one time where he has that bit of social soliloquy, he's awesome at it. And
Yeah.
he's awesome in all of his scenes. They could have had more, but
I wish you would have given him more to do. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I wish you would have had more of a part in this.
yeah.
At first, though, like another thing I thought about, Kitty Pryde's whole thing at the very beginning. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
why
we
is she- I was
don't
like,
get
why
it.
is she running away? No, I was like, why is she running away? Because one of her powers is if she actually phases through technology, it has a tendency to break.
But
Why isn't she
why
attacking the
isn't
Sentinels?
there?
That's
Is there
what I-
electrically
wait, I thought about.
charged or something?
Does she have this power in the movies or in the comics? You also have to consider that.
In the comics, but when they really ever have a chance to explain it in the movies or utilize it.
Well, to be fair, in the movie, she can
But-
send people back in time for some
Yeah.
reason.
So X-Men Apocalypse is the next movie. What do we think
Also
about that?
It took me a while to actually.
Worried.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
And also, I guess it's gonna have more Quicksilver,
All right, whatever.
and he's gonna be more central to the plot, I guess. Or something.
I hope
don't know.
they rework his outfit.
Yeah, I hope he gets a modern outfit that isn't ridiculous. Also,
Well, to be fair, he was before his time because that was the 80s, 90s Burger
I'm
King
curious
kid,
what decade.
and
it'll
he
take-
had it in the 70s.
I'm curious what decade it'll take place in, or what age.
that was my question. Is this
That's-
gonna move forward from the
Well,
future, or is this
I
gonna
hope
move
it doesn't
forward
span
from the
across time,
past?
to tell you the truth.
And my main worry is that they're just going to do the same thing they just did in this movie, which is going to be another ensemble shit, and it's going to be, I don't know, they pulled off, I think, a pretty impressive thing with an ensemble cast in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think if they were to try it again, it would be nearly as successful,
Yeah.
and that's my worry.
I think they pulled off the trick shot this time.
Yeah,
And-
I'm afraid they'll be too well, we got to put James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence, and
Michael
Michael
Fassbender.
Fassbender in this movie to really draw in fans because we really like these actors.
But
So,
Ian
Yeah, but
McKellen
then
and Patrick Stewart, they're really
I
popular.
don't know
We'll
if I
need
like
them in
them,
there,
but
too.
the
That's what I mean.
story-
And
like,
Hugh
what's the
Jackman,
story?
we got Hugh Jackman as part again. And
if they keep the new class cast and have the Apocalypse Adventure, they can still do it there but I guess
So
it
does that mean
reduces. But it reduces some of the tension because they're going to survive because then you saw after the Apocalypse story at the end of this one, but.
So does that mean that they're not going to have Patrick Stewart and Ian
Exactly.
McKellen? Then? That's just like no.
Well, they could have Patrick Stewart in the beginning, and let me tell you about this one fucking time when Apocalypse showed up.
I think
But,
it also comes down to, do Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen want to keep doing this?
Good point.
They've been doing this for over 10 years. They've been doing it for almost 15 years.
But they love
This-
working
They
these roles.
love working.
I know they love working together, but still, it's
They
like,
wouldn't say no.
Apparently,
I don't
they never
think
even
look-
got a call for Harry Potter.
look, they can hang out outside of this
Patrick
movie.
Stewart doesn't even have to stand up for this movie, so he's probably fine. Okay. I'm just gonna sit in this fucking chair and act like myself. Yeah,
I
sure.
go with my bestest buddy.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. Like, can I just like hide a flask or some shit and we each take sips?
A Bolivar flask?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I get the looks now. I get the looks.
No,
Yeah,
now it's
you
no
get the
fucking
bad
chocolate.
No,
looks.
he
God
was,
damn
it was
it.
a Bolivar.
Boulevard Trask is playing on words. Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it.
It was a
What the
bad
hell?
joke.
Okay. What the hell is with Magneto's cape?
Magneto's
have
It is weird.
Having friggin' like that. I mean, it looks cool.
I thought it was
but
weird,
it's
so
also
it's ignored.
weird.
So it's ignored.
I don't care.
I mean, it looks cool.
All right, let's get
And
to
then the
rating.
Magneto scene. Fuck you!
I'm definitely interested to see what Apocalypse will have, and I'm interested to see our first look, probably.
Like how they can put
Of the 4 camel men.
No, of
They were the horses.
No,
They were on camera.
of Channing Tatum Gambit,
Jesus
of
Christ.
course. I'm interested to see what Channing Tatum
Oh,
Gambit.
yeah.
Channing Tate Young.
That's Kit's name for him.
Oh, okay.
I don't think much of Channing Tatum.
Not his smooth kissable abs.
Now when he's rimming him.
Just Ryan Gosling, huh?
No, like Danny
Trejo. We all went the same place. Houston.
No. Dude.
Tanner.
No, the guy from Eastbound and Down.
Oh, McBride.
Danny McBride is too busy like cornholing them.
All right,
All
so
right.
let's rate this movie now.
What is our rating system?
We're gonna go with Peter Dinklage mustaches, or Dink stashes for short.
Hard to argue with that one.
So Dink stashes.
Oh,
We started with Kit for the reviewing. So Kit, how many Dink stashes
I
are you
love
giving
me
us?
some Dink Stash, and I love me this movie, so 5.
Whoa, 5 Dink stashes
5.
out of 5.
I love looking at them.
Perfect. This is a
Put them on the
perfect
screen.
movie.
I want to see
You're
them.
right. You're
Or
rating
as
the movie,
close to
not-
a perfect
not
movie.
the mustache.
Yeah, not the mustache.
Well, when you make it Dink Stash, it's going to be hard to make, but I was going to choose 5 anyway. I enjoy the movie. I really enjoy this movie. This is a movie I can watch several
No,
times.
I really like this movie too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It wasn't perfect.
after that
It was
bombshell,
close. It was close.
bombshell.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Whoa!
4.5 Dink stashes out of
Yeah.
5. Counting them up there.
I think this movie was at least worth 4.5 Dink mustaches.
4.5 Dink mustaches.
Brennan,
Leaving it to me.
give it a 2.
2.
I
And a
normally,
5, or a 1.5 from our Romanian judge.
I normally am the outsider when it comes to these ratings, as we've seen from the last few reviews we've done.
Yes.
The last few episodes, I've had different reviews than the rest of you by a decent amount.
Yes, good.
I'll tell you about
However-
afterwards.
I'm gonna shock you guys. A 4.5 Dink stashes.
So I'm the outsider, because I believe it was perfect.
It was good, but
True.
it wasn't perfect.
Just
Although
like
I
I was
wrote-
the outsider.
Although I
because
wrote
thought-
several things Kit didn't like about it.
Yeah, so we all really liked this movie. It was a great time, good summer movie. Everyone should go see it, especially if you like X-Men and comic books and the past movies.
To be fair,
things like
you're
that.
probably watching it instead of watching this right now.
Probably, because nobody watches this. Anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are, by any chance, watching this. Comment below if you think Kid is gay or straight, and also what you thought about the movie. And, yeah, in general, until next time, hope you find ways of resisting boredom.
Question your hair?
Can I ask you a question? Whenever you... this kind of hurts a bit. No, can't do that. But
I hope you're recording.
when you eat, do you ever actually get like the hairs in your mouth and you think it's a piece
It's
of food and
recorded.
it turns out just hair?
No.
Oh.
I imagine Asian people to get the Fu Manchu, like he's going for the Fu Manchu,
See?
he's gonna get
Oh,
the raw fingers.
There it is, see? Mustache.
He's just gonna get these like.
And
You know what? This is good because you can never see
Beard.
it when we're distance
exactly.
away from the camera.
But don't worry, you can't see it when you're fucking right there.
I will say that is definitely an Easter egg though, because I don't want to put that in the beginning of the video, because that'll scare away all of our audience.
get caught. Alright. Go ahead.
The feel, the touch.
Shut the
Of
fuck
cotton.
up, you demonic vampire bitches.
It's straight. I asked if it was straight.
It's gonna.
It's
It's,
a
as good
slight-
as it's gonna get.
it's a
Let's
slight
do this.
improvement.
Straight as
This
it's gonna
has
go
gotta
over
be-
in the big poof
Because
course.
this has got to be straight.
Because the rest of you isn't.
I'm straight.
Straight out of Compton.
I thought that Jennifer Lawrence pulled off the blue paint fabulously over Rebecca Romaine. I love
giving
me
us
some Big Stash, and I want to write